What does it mean to dream of a tower? This is kind of a tricky dream to interpret because it's so commonplace. When you are dreaming, there are many landscapes, and sure enough, when you dream of a city, there will always be a building that's higher than the rest. This is especially true if you go on a trip in your dream. You're going to maybe Italy or medieval parts of Europe. There will always be a tower. Pay close attention to the focus of your dream. If your mind's eye keeps going back to the tower, your dream is actually about the tower. But if it's just a part of larger issues happening in your dream, or you're indoors and you're talking to somebody, then your dream is probably about something else. You're not dreaming of a tower. But if the main focus of your nighttime vision is a tower, listen up and pay attention, because your subconscious is trying to get across some very important truths that you may have been ignoring for a long time. In many cases, you may even be willfully overlooking these, and your subconscious is telling you that now is the time to take full stock of these because it's going to blow up. Something is going to happen. This is a warning. What does it mean to dream of a tower? When you dream of a tower and it's tall and imposing, all this means is that you have accomplished something in your life. Now, a lot of people think that for them to feel a sense of accomplishment or achievement, it has to be something quote-unquote big. It has to be something dramatic, grandiose, or out of the ordinary. This is precisely the problem that your subconscious is trying to address by allowing you to see the tower in your dream. The tower represents a feeling of accomplishment. Allow yourself to feel that you have done something worthwhile. And unfortunately, people at some level or other develop a sense of learned low self-confidence or low self-esteem. They have fallen into the trap of thinking that for them to congratulate themselves or make themselves feel good about some sort of achievement, it has to be big. I get it. I understand that, because in your day-to-day life as an adult, you are able to accomplish a lot of things, and in many cases, very few stand out. In fact, in the lives of many people, you think that they're just a part of some invisible mass of people. They're just another face in the crowd, and whatever they do on a day-to-day basis doesn't really matter all that much. Well, you need to disregard that part of yourself and take stock of your day-to-day accomplishments, because you are able to change your reality. You are able to impose your will on reality, and it has an impact on your day-to-day life. Embrace it. Let it be part of you. Celebrate it. Because otherwise, it's going to be hard for you to grow spiritually. It's going to be hard for you to strain for the stars, so to speak, because you're so rooted in the bottom of life. You're so rooted in the ground, just trying to get by day to day, when in reality, you're actually able to achieve things. You have that power. So it's time to reconnect with that sense of ability and possibility. This is the main meaning of a tower dream. You have this superpower. What does it mean to dream of a tower that is crumbling or falling? When you have this type of distressing dream imagery, it signifies that you're either seeing or sensing loss or decline in a certain area of your life. Maybe it's your relationship, maybe it's your finances, maybe it's your standing at work, or it can indicate a fear of such a loss or decline. Your subconscious is not going to show you a tower that is crumbling or falling for no good reason. You have to get to the bottom of why you think that there is a certain part of your life that is under threat. This is not necessarily a bad thing. Remember, pain is just a signal. Pay close attention to what is at the root of the pain. Disregard the discomfort and get to the bottom of things. The same applies to many areas of your life. The worst thing that can happen is for you to disregard the sense that you are losing grip, that you're losing power, that you are somehow unable to make things happen, because it's going to snowball and it's going to lead to all sorts of coping mechanisms that are not all that helpful. So set aside your ego and understand that there may be something wrong, and it's perfectly okay, because you can solve the problem if you get a hold of it and you can understand it early enough. What does it mean to dream of a tower that is being built or constructed? A lot of people talk a good game. I know I do from time to time, because let's face it, we all have hopes, wishes, and dreams. We all have big plans for our future. But here's the problem. The moment you open your mouth, your brain releases chemicals that trick your mind into thinking that you've accomplished whatever it is you are talking about. This is the reason why people, and I'm talking about average people here, fail to achieve anything substantial in their lives, because they already tricked themselves into thinking that they have accomplished. Do you see how this works? Do you see how this can hold you back? So the way to deal with this is to stop talking about your plans. We all have a symbolic tower that we are constructing and building. It's majestic. It reaches to the sky. It's amazing. But guess what? The more we talk about it, the less likely it will become reality. So do yourself a big favor. Stop talking about it and be about it. I know it's hard, because a lot of people face all sorts of opposition and challenges as they try to go about their life's work. But you have to step up. You have to understand that you have to keep your plans to yourself, and you can only talk about them only after you've achieved them. So reserve all that energy and stop living off the emotional fumes of talking big, because talking big is not going to make your dreams come true. You know what will? Action. That's how you edit your reality. That's how you change your reality. And that's how you impose your will on your day-to-day life. Take action. Stop being afraid. Stop being lazy. Get on it. What does it mean to dream of a tower that is isolated or alone? Usually, this type of dream imagery involves a vast vista. Maybe it's some sort of promontory. It's like a point near the sea. Or it's in a vast, plain, isolated field. And out of nowhere, there is this tower. It demands your attention because nothing else is happening around it. If your subconscious is sending you this dream symbol, it indicates a deep and profound sense of loneliness or disconnection. Now, keep in mind that this is a very tricky dream to interpret and dissect, because a lot of us surround ourselves with a lot of people. But the worst form of loneliness is being lonely in a crowd. This is very deceiving. This is very tricky, because you may be thinking that you have all the reasons in the world not to feel lonely. After all, social media connects you with the world, but here you are, feeling disconnected, feeling disjointed, feeling like nobody truly gets you. So instead of running away from this sense of disconnection, your subconscious is showing you through that solitary tower long into that distance to get in touch with your feelings. Why do you feel lonely? Is it because you feel that nobody listens to you? Is it because you feel that you don't speak up enough? If you keep asking these questions and you set your ego aside, eventually you will get to the answer, and you will be able to have some sort of plan to reconnect. Because at the end of the day, the more connected you are, the more effective you are as a person, because you want to leave an impact. You want to leave a legacy in this world. You don't want to be the kind of person that people ask your name when you die. They say, oh, I didn't know he was alive. I didn't know she spent some time on planet Earth. Don't be that person. What does it mean to dream of a tower that is surrounded by water? Water, both on a literal and psychological level, involves emotions. If the water that you see surrounding a tower in your dream is turbulent, it indicates that there is a serious imbalance in your life. You're looking for stability, and that's why your mind's eye is fixated on that tower. regardless of the harsh elements of nature. Maybe it's waves, maybe it's stormy clouds, whatever the case may be. It may be rain. The tower holds. Your subconscious is telling you that you have what it takes to withstand internal and external emotional pressure. You may be worried sick about the fact that you can't find a job. You may be worried about where your next meal is going to come from. You may be suffering from all sorts of drama involving your relationships, but please understand that you have this natural power to survive, and that's what the tower represents in this specific context. Reconnect with that. That is your starting base. That is where you operate from, and that's where you solve problems from. Unfortunately, a lot of people who let their personal drama overcome them lose sight of this fact. They fail to see the tower. They think it's been buried or flooded. In many cases, the reason why it appears that way is because they chose to look at things that way. It's still there. It's still strong. And you have what it takes to pull through. The question is, are you going to accept this reality? Are you going to act on it? What does it mean to dream of a tower that is being attacked or besieged? I'm sure you've watched the movie Braveheart. I'm sure you've watched all sorts of medieval movies. And one of the most exciting scenes of such movies involves castles and with their towers being besieged. This huge army outside the city walls or the castle walls preparing to attack the tower and bring it down. A lot of drama, right? Well, when you see this type of dream, when you see this type of imagery in your nighttime vision, be very careful. Your subconscious is trying to get across to you that you have a victim mindset. At the very least, there's a part of you that feels that it's being persecuted. Now, please understand that this is a call to be real. Take a realistic look at what's happening. And in many cases, you're not a victim. In many cases, you're not being persecuted. You're simply reaping what you sowed. I know this is harsh for a lot of people. A lot of people would rather not hear this because, hey, nothing feels better in the world than to be stripped of all responsibility. And that's exactly what happens when you imagine yourself to be some sort of victim. It's bad enough that you've suffered. Why the indignity of having to be responsible for your choices? Do you see how this works? And also, you get to wait while the world gets its act together and saves you. How convenient. Well, none of that is real. You're not a victim. In fact, in many cases, people with victim mindsets are the worst victimizers in the world because they feel that they're justified in harming and hurting other people because they've suffered. Do you see how this works? Do you see how this fits into a negative feedback loop? So do yourself a big favor and let go of your victim mindset. Understand that you are responsible for your happiness and you need to take action. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. That nobody's going to put on a cape and save you. You're going to have to do it yourself. What does it mean to dream of a tower that is being climbed or ascended? Please understand that this type of dream imagery is different from a tower that is successfully breached or successfully invaded and attacked. Instead, you see the tower as a fixture that you have to climb or ascend to reach a higher place. This type of dream symbology indicates the need for spiritual growth. You understand that you need to open your mind for you to achieve higher states of reality. You understand that. The question is, are you willing to put your money on it? This is the million-dollar question. And in practical terms, the main example of this is when you come across some sort of online course or some YouTube video teaching you how to make money. But deep down inside, you don't want to do it. Sure, you're excited. You maybe even be imagining yourself making all this money from drop shipping, affiliate marketing, crypto trading, whatever it is that you're watching. But what you're doing is you're releasing these chemicals in your mind that tricks you into thinking that you've actually taken action. The same goes with you whipping out your credit card and buying the course, because your mind is tricking you into thinking, I've whipped out my credit card. I put some financial risk in my decision and I feel the financial pain because I'm going to have to pay that charge in my next credit card statement. So I've taken action. No, you didn't. You're just fooling yourself. Real action takes information and acts on it. This is how you change your reality. This is how you go from belief to faith. So please understand that there's a spiritual dimension to this. A lot of people say they believe in certain things. They believe in Jesus, they believe in Buddha, they believe in this or that. But it's just mental acceptance. If you really want to live a life of faith, you have to let your belief change what you do on a day-to-day basis. So if you believe that you can turn your life around, start acting like it, start taking risks. And believe me, failure is around every corner. But the fact that you are willing to look at failure in the eye and still overcome and put in the effort shows that you're no longer just believing. You're no longer just intellectually accepting certain things to be true. Instead, you are living in faith. And that's what will change the game for you. That's what will move the needle when you pair belief with action. That's how you know you've changed your life. What does it mean to dream of a tower if it is abandoned or deserted? If the tower in your dream is abandoned or deserted, it symbolizes the feeling that your ability to change your reality and by living out your dreams is all but gone. What you're really doing is you are reconnecting with a part of you that doubts your ability to make changes. All of us have this part of our psyche. Some of us just have a bigger dimension that involves these types of feelings. Why? Because we get let down. We feel that other people have betrayed us, people have left us behind, or for whatever reason, due to reasons beyond our control, things just haven't panned out. Well, here's the problem. When you let your past setbacks and failures define you, you become a failure. So don't let that be your identity. Instead, let the tower be your identity, because this is your ability to dream. This is your ability to establish a roadmap that enables you to turn ideas floating around in your head into things that you can see, hear, touch, taste, and smell. Never, ever think for a second that you don't have this power, because the moment you do, that tower becomes abandoned. It becomes powerless. It's impotent. It can't help you because you've given up on it. It's not that it's unable to help you. It helps people all the time, people who are in worse shape than you, financially, physically, you name it. They're able to make it through. Why? Because the tower is alive and well in them. They use it. Why can't you? Unfortunately, that's the kind of question only you can answer. The good news is you're in control of the answer. If this video has in any way, shape, or form encouraged you or helped you in any way, please do us a big favor and click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Also, please click the notification bell so you can be informed whenever we release a new video. If you have a dream that you find really hard to interpret or make sense of, please, by all means, leave a vivid and clear and deep description in the comments. We read every single comment, and we do create videos that interpret individual dreams that our channel members request. Finally, there's a share button. If you are a member of any social media platform, please do us a big favor and share our videos on those platforms. The more, the better. Our mission is to help people from all over the world tap the power of their dreams so they can live their best lives today. Not tomorrow, today. Please help us, if you believe in that mission, to share the word about our channel. Thank you for watching this video. See you again in the next video.